This is Anatomy of Success, and I'm your host, Steve Wohlenhaus. Welcome. This week, 7 lies about success. Let's get started. Welcome back. Again, this is Anatomy of Success, and I'm your host, Steve Wohlenhaus. Here for the first time, we talk about my 4 tenets of equanimity: better health, healthy relationships, healthy intimate relationships, and more satisfying work. I believe we focus on those 4 categories and all the things that fall into those categories, and we can create an extraordinary life for ourselves predicated on substantive things. And of course, this week, we're going to talk about some lies regarding success. But first of all, we're new here on YouTube, so we would appreciate it if you subscribed and followed us here if you like what we're doing. And then you can follow our podcast as well, Anatomy of Success. Subscribe, rate, and review the podcast if you would, please. And then go to weatherology.com. That's my company page. And you'll find me under About Us at the top of that page. Links to my social media accounts. And then grab the Weatherology mobile app. It is free. We spend much of our time seeking purpose or discovering our passions. We talk about time management, getting more sleep, and the importance of finding our why. We build tribes and we spend hours on social media building our brand. We share quotes from Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and pontificate about the virtues of building a better mindset. We point out what books to read for establishing better habits and why we shouldn't care about what people think. People lecture me all the time about how little sleep I received over decades building my business. I have a bulletin. We are never going to get to where we want to be if we follow all the rules people demand we should. Entrepreneurs are unconventional, which is why they succeed. They drop out of school, sleep in their offices, miss on social activities most people can't live without, and walk alone whenever necessary to make their dreams become a reality. Want to be successful as an entrepreneur? Here's 7 lies about success. Know-it-all. There's a popular misconception that successful entrepreneurs are super smart and have all the answers. In fact, entrepreneurs are bold and willing to act. They don't care about failure, and they learn from their mistakes. They press on, regardless of disappointment, and they don't make excuses. They don't have all the answers, incidentally. Next level. People that aren't willing to completely reinvent themselves are never going to enjoy tremendous success. Being extraordinary requires reaching higher, and that demands changing. Perseverance, hard work, fortitude, they're essential for success. Doing the same thing repeatedly, that's insanity. And we won't elevate to the next level without making adaptation a key part of our success story. Immediate gratification. Many people believe success is instantaneous. Compliments of social media influencers, quote unquote, make success look easy. And most people don't realize it's fake. People that succeed spend many years cultivating their craft and carefully accumulating their wealth. It takes time, patience, and discipline. People that pursue instant success and immediate gratification normally make costly mistakes that end tragically. No sacrifice. Believing we can be successful without giving up many things isn't realistic. Most people can't resist the things they love, so they don't give those things up. In my book, I argue about the importance of having the ability to focus on all the things we want without surrendering our commitment to the things that matter most. And that's healthy relationships, satisfying work, and top priority is our mental and physical health, and it takes sacrifice. Troubles dissolve. Poor people and rich people both have money problems. However, I would rather have a rich person's money problems any day. There's a common belief that success makes all your troubles dissipate. Everybody has problems. Wealthy people aren't immune, and they have big problems as well. Most people can't even imagine. The difference is that successful people are better at managing those problems. We have to resist wishing for money to solve all of our problems and start investing in creating a more successful life. Popularity. Here's the ironic thing about success. It causes more people to dislike us. Envy, jealousy, they're powerful emotions, and social comparisons make that very easy to do. We easily measure ourselves today against other people and our accomplishments and our achievements, and it makes people feel highly uncomfortable when you start to succeed. I promise you that. We get disenfranchised from people that are insecure very easily because they feel they're falling behind, and they measure their life against ours, and oftentimes the ledger doesn't reveal a very favorable reality. Happier. The first misconception of happiness is predicated on the idea that happiness is something that we find if we only get married, had a better job, made more money, or had a bigger house. Research consistently demonstrates that major life events only constitute 10% of overall happiness. It's important to point out that this insidious component factors into our ability to be happy in life. Adaptation is the key. Rising aspirations coincide with material success. Once we get more stuff, we want more stuff to make us feel happier because the effects of that stuff wears off very quickly. Once we acquire something new, that brand new car, we feel once the neighbor drives by in their more expensive car, we have to get a new one to keep up. Happiness, it's a state of mind. It's a condition that provides insight for viewing the world and our position in it. If we aren't a happy person, more success isn't going to matter much at all. I hope you benefited from this conversation about some lies about success we need to take into account as we continue on our success journey to obviate the effects of those false promises. I'm Steve Wohlenhaus. This is Anatomy of Success. Thanks for joining us. Come back next week. Until then, let's stay positive, let's stay focused, and let's stay optimistic.